Too much. I went too far. Okay, I'm sorry. Now, you know me. I love the status quo, okay? I love the Super Auto Pets. I love the Binding of Isaac. I love playing the Dulls. Do we play anything else? Not really. Multiplayer stuff, I guess. I'm excited to be checking out something new today. Pacific Drive has a demo out for Steam Next Fest. I think it comes out 22nd of February. Does February even have a 22nd? It is a survival driving game. So I see it almost like a little bit like The Long Dark meets Monbazu or like My Summer Car. I haven't played it yet because they gave away like an early access demo about a month ago. I didn't apply for it until like the day that they stopped giving it out. So I'm like the only dude on the planet who is like checking this out for the first time, but I'm excited to check it out regardless. Okay, now I don't know where my camera belongs, but let's figure this out for ourselves. I would like to, you know what? I would like to customize my settings before I start. Lighting seems good. Tumble hiding, close eyes when inside a tumbling car. That seems like it would remove some enjoyment for you. I will turn off head bobbing because it probably makes me motion sick. Let's turn off tool bobbing as well. Let's reduce flickering visuals. Everything else, I would leave it like as is right now. Loot highlight on, that's a big one. Okay, sounds great. Hey, Rip Bazu, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Any game where you drive in first person has built-in humor on the menu because watching someone get into a digital car crash is funny. In 1947, the Olympic Peninsula became the staging ground for a promising new technology. As rumors of its utopian creation spread, so did stories about overnight evacuations, unsolved disappearances, and unnatural encounters. It's a documentary. It's about Starbucks. In 1955, the government walled off a section of the peninsula to establish the Olympic exclusion zone. I'm not going to make a joke about the current Olympic exclusion zone. Disregard. For 30 years, the zone's borders grew. Anybody catch all that? I was too busy quipping. What happened inside was never disclosed. Remember the Olympics in Sochi, where people were taking pictures of the bathrooms and like some of them had two toilets with no dividers that were facing each other and stuff like that? Or there would be like a toilet and then like a staircase next to it and a urinal right on top of the toilet, so people would be like peeing on top of your head? I don't know, you might have been too young. That was like 10 years ago now. The Olympic Peninsula, 1998. Wipers on. That won't be necessary. Lights on. South of the barrier wall. I used to have this kind of flexibility in my neck. Here we go. Those were the days. Shout out to Washington. We love our Washington, don't we, folks? This has a certain Washington vibe. It brings a certain Pacific Northwest vibe to the function that people seem to appreciate. Me, when I show up with a 30 rack of Rainier, that's something that's literally never happened. I'm LARPing, but I can imagine people would be into it. What do you got? What do you got? Don't go this way. There's nothing for you that way. What the French call a certain I don't know what. I'm more of a space dust guy myself. Well, listen, you know, I don't know if the college kids are drinking space dust, you know? You gotta render on the Caesar what is Caesar's. Toggle my wipers. Sorry, when the car's so old, when I turn on the wipers, I kind of lose some horsepower. I've seen this game before. I mean, this is just me in North Vancouver. Like, this is the big sulfur pile right there. Every time you drive by, you're like, what's that enormous yellow pile? Sulfur, brother. Well, you don't leave your sulfur just outside? Can I say something a little controversial? I'm not sure if Gen Z is ready for this one. Driving is fun. There's something about the fact that, like, just either the thrill of being on the highway without too much traffic, or being in the city and just like not even having any free will, instead just following like the rules of the road, like you're just an automaton that is following the algorithm the lights and the signs are putting out for you, is fun. Parking sometimes sucks. I'll give you that. Parking is sometimes annoying. But driving is nice, man. Driving's kind of like, there's some situations where it's not great, but for the most part, it's kind of, I still feel like it's a little, there's freedom in it. Try driving in Saskatchewan, my ass would simply not get bored. I would take the opportunity to like, you know, catch up on some reading or something. Maybe shave. Does anybody ever come in the other direction? If so, I'm gonna glance a little bit less. If there's never any traffic, I can look at chat a lot. Okay? If you'll excuse me, we'll be traveling this way. Even traffic is like not that bad, because it's like, you know, I mean, you have to, I think you just have to not be weak-willed. If you're in traffic and you start getting stressed out, it's like, it's almost comical. Everything okay here with the Paranormans? Like, you're really stressed out in traffic, like what are you gonna do? Like your car is gonna like grow wings and fly? Like, just relax, buddy. There's nothing you could do about it. You guys remember Control? And this is a disaster. I think we're about to get sucked up into a wormhole. I thought this was Washington State, not Washington, D.C. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe they drained the swamp or something. Just figure it out. Because of those clowns in Congress. Exactly. The Olympic exclusion zone. POV, you are about to fight the rotten. You know my horny ass couldn't resist pole vaulting in the Olympic exclusion zone. You better not be throwing a shot put in there. You better not be doing 110-meter hurdles in there. What's the funniest Summer Olympic sport? They should put stand-up comedy in the Olympics. Get owned. Tobias, I'm afraid I just blew myself. Explain? I just think it would be funny to put stand-up comedy in the Olympics. Put the wheel back in. Put the wheel back on. Put the wheel back on. Let me in. Put the wheel back on. Put the wheel back on. I know what a wheel is. I'm just saying, like, is it a steering wheel? Is it a... Oh, you're talking about this one, like right next to the garage? Me personally, here's my problem. The tire looks so decrepit that I thought this was the broken one. Install summer tire. Don't mind if I do. You ready? Me at the Blu-ray player in 2009, put in Drive. Let me guess, Drive did not come out in 2009. It came out in 2011. Yeah, well, my dad worked at Focus Features. He was the editor on Drive, and actually they finished the movie 2 years early, and I was the guy who told them to put the jacket on Ryan Gosling. So... You never knew that about me?
Hey, we got a live one. Hey, do you copy?
They got movies in Canada? We got a couple.
Is this thing working?
Bon Cop, Bad Cop.
They don't have a transmitter.
Guy Madden's My Winnipeg, The Sweet Hereafter. Bon Cop, Bad Cop 2 as well. Fubar 2.
They're a preacher. Hey, how did you get through the
Canadian Bacon, close. That one's American. It's directed by Michael Moore. The Dirties, true. Blackberry. Juno, I don't think Juno's well, I don't know. Juno might be Canadian. Elliot Page and Michael Cera are Canadian. I don't know if the money that made it was Canadian, though. Siphon fuel. Okay, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to siphon some fuel. Me personally, probably would have put like the emergency brake on, but... Just give me a moment here. Probably put this bad boy in park. A lot of people don't know as well. The highest grossing Canadian movie of all time, like the top 7 are all Resident Evil movies. Oh, check your trunk for a fuel can, huh? I don't know why, but those movies are Canadian. I don't think Paul W.S. Anderson is Canadian. I'm pretty sure Mila Jovovich isn't Canadian. But they're made in Canada, apparently. Fill your tank, if you'll excuse me. You know an easy way to fill your gas tank? To know what side your gas tank is on? You get in and you look at your fuel gauge, and then there's usually a little arrow on the fuel gauge. That'll tell you what side your gas tank is on. This one doesn't have one, though, so I guess it must be electric. He knows about the arrow. Top 10 hacks they don't want you to know about. I gotta get in or whatever. I appear to be dying. Let's put it in drive. Probably turn the car on if I had to guess. That seems like a pretty good start. I'm dying in the blue, man.
There it is again, that blip on the spectrometer. I've seen that waveform before, but where?
My dead car. So the thing is, you can't panic.
Remnant?
Second you panic when you're behind the wheel, it's already over. You see that clip from when Vancouver had snow like 3 weeks ago? And the lady's car starts sliding, and her ass takes off her seatbelt and gets out of her SUV and just watches it slide down the hill? You gotta be calm and cool under pressure, just like she was. You gotta say, fuck this car, and anybody in the path of this car, I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, the breacher needs to get to safety. Then
If you'll excuse me.
that car is a remnant or not.
In my heart of hearts,
Okay, watch this. You cannot convince me that this car could not break a barricade. All right, I thought it was going to stop me from breaking the barricade. Now watch this specific drive. So true. They don't make them like this anymore. All these new modern cars, they can't crash through barricades like they used to because they got all these stupid crumple zones in them. Oh, my wheel fell off. All right. Hey, yay, I'm here. Oppy's Auto Shop? My Le car? It drived people? Okay, I would like to get out of the vehicle. He's done it. Oh, hello. Flip the breaker switch. All right. It's not probably this one then. The one with the big on-off. Oppy? You are POV, you're the second dude, employee number 2 at Los Alamos, New Mexico. Niels Bohr's been hooking up his balls to 18 car batteries in series.
Hello, attention. This message is for Dr. Ophelia Turner.
I'm just assuming they were all perverts. I don't know.
Now, we have it on very good authority that this person is in possession of a remnant, which has taken the form of a car, and, well,
Get off the remnant thing. She's not gonna care.
right, like I said, super vessel's own business. Protocol,
Watch this.
demands that you keep them alive until we can get them to safety. Now, if you do not comply...
It's kind of crazy that I'm 35 years old and I have, like, literally no attention span, huh?
Of the entire collection of poems I've personally written that's
Like, I'll admit they're building some lore. I'm sure the lore is very interesting. But I'm like, hey, I wonder if I jump up on top of the workbench and crouch down, do you think I'll die? No? Oh, well, I guess I'm immune to electricity then.
How do you outsiders not understand that Arda didn't build that 300-meter wall out there?
If there's combat, you'd hate it? That's true!
The unfortunates who got zapped through.
That is true.
Wait, I just remembered.
There should be no combat.
I don't give a damn why or how you got here.
But there should be more driving. It should be more realistic. There should be 11 hours of driving that is just boring, and then like 3 seconds of sheer terror when a car like veers into your lane because it made a reckless overtake. That's my kind of like road trip vibe. It's like, ah! Sorry. I've been working on my scream lately. Pick up the backpack from the table. Pick up the mechanic's eye headset that is hanging by the map. Of course. The map. It's this. Holy cow, we got a HUD. Tend to your wounds at the first aid station. Fix the car. Fix the car, Oppy. Me with the Vision Pro. All I wanted to say, like, I'm very much not a Vision Pro guy, as you heard me say on Friday. But the people roasting the dude for having the Vision Pro on while his infant daughter slept on his chest, you guys are like way off base, okay? Like, this kid is gonna live for like 90 years. What is the dude supposed to do? Like, have a staring contest with her every time she sleeps? Like, that's insane. I know, like, if you don't have kids, you're like, every second with them would be a gift. That's true. He's probably been with her for like, 18 hours that day, and now she's taking a nap, and his has to sit there and like genuflect at the idol of his own progeny. Like, he could literally, his dude is burnt out. Just let him Watch Avatar: The Way of Water, man. It might be like the only 2 hours of free time he gets all weekend. How about the dude wearing it while he was driving? That dude should be in prison forever, for sure. Okay, sorry. Put the wheel back on. But it seems like, in all likelihood, like, nature will probably handle that one pretty quick anyway. No, no, dude. His driving was actually enhanced by the Vision Pro. Except it did serve him an unskippable advertisement, like, while he was stuck at a 4-way stop. But I had another tweet pop into my head, okay? Now, I got to give you a little context for this. I think I'm going to get +2'd by drivers, okay? That I'm going to put my nuts on the table for this one. Sometimes you'll have no stop sign going straight, and then at the intersection, the other direction will have a stop sign. So you're driving straight through the middle, and there will be cars stopped at stop signs. Me explaining to the cars that are stopped at stop signs that I would go through the intersection faster if they stopped moving their fucking wheels at a crawl, making me think that they're going to T-bone my car as I pass through the intersection. Me explaining to the drivers that are stopped at stop signs that if you actually stop, I'll get through the intersection faster and you can get to your destination quicker. Oh, now I get it. So true. Oh. Me explaining to the first person in line for a protected left turn signal that when the light has a green arrow on it, you can make your turn. Oh, yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? What's wrong with the damn whip, bro? Drive the car into the shop. Hang on. I'm not sure the turning radius on this thing is gonna... Ooh. It's like trying to pull out of the parking garage in the alley of the downtown H-Mart. What about when there's a right on red, but the driver's never heard of that before? In high traffic environments, I'm just gonna say it. I am a right on red disbeliever. In situations where there's no traffic, turning right on red is awesome. In situations where there's a lot of traffic, pedestrians, cyclists, etc., sometimes, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes what I do is I'll get in the right lane. I know I'm gonna turn right. There's people behind me. While the light is red, I don't put my signal on. And then, because if I put my signal on, they'll be like, go, kill that pedestrian, kill the cyclist. Then when the light turns green, I turn my signal on and then check that it's safe and make the turn. Hang on, I'm opening my headset OS. Blueprints. Crude door. I don't have the tools necessary to build this. I need scrap metal, plastic, duct tape, and glass shards. Add to your to-do list. Crude door. Okay, I would like to add a crude door to my to-do list. It doesn't need to be read-only. That's fine. Pin to checklist. There we go. Gather items from the abandoned car behind your garage for the checklist. Crude panel. Search the toolbox by the garage door for a pry bar. Toolbox. Pry bar, please. Duct tape. Thank you. So this is my backpack. The duct tape goes in the side pocket. Do you ever honk? I am a non-honker in the car. I would say I honk 1 to 2 times per year. And the only time I honk, 90% of the time, it's somebody looking at their phone when the traffic light turns green. But I do yell at them from the safety of being inside of my car. I do go, what are you doing? He's done it. Okay. Road flares. Can I rotate them? Oh, they've invented rotation recently. Road flares in the side pocket. Plastic cups. I do 2 short honks as a thank you. Listen, it's not your fault. You didn't design the system. But honking at all is like alerting the horde of everybody else around you. So I appreciate when I hear none honking because it always makes me think that I did something wrong. Which probably is like a 10% penalty to my driving for 5 seconds. What I do, if somebody lets me in, like, you know, I'm driving and then all of a sudden the lane that I'm in has become street parking, so I have to get over. If somebody lets me in, I turn on the 4-ways and I give them 2 taps on the 4-way flashers and then turn it off. And I give them 2 taps because I feel like the first one, they're going to be like, holy cow, I let this guy in and now he's going to abandon his car. And the second one is like, nah, bro, I got you. Yeah, the hazards. Hazards, that's the polite way to say thank you because everybody's windows are so tinted that you can't really catch them with like a wave in the rearview mirror anymore or like a hand out the window, stuff like that. You get in front of them, you give them a, and then you're good to go. That's insane. It's not insane at all. It's perfectly normal. Gather items. Search the dumpster by the garage door for crucial items you're unable to craft. Friendly dumpster? Holy cow. It's heck of a loot box, bro. A scrapper. The hell am I supposed to do with this? Is it a Canada thing? I feel like I've never seen it in the US. We got lots of automotive innovations up here they don't seem to have in the United States. Signal lights are another big one. We use those to indicate to drivers around us the direction that we intend to travel in our 2,000-pound metal coffins. Scrap the abandoned car's wheels, panels, and doors. All right, brother. Don't mind if I do. Plastic. Metal. Turn that dude into duct tape. I guess I should just be one-tapping it to put it in my backpack. That makes sense. I'm visiting the US soon. This is making me scared. You're gonna be fine. It's just driving. Like, no disrespect, but like literally 150 million idiots do it every day. Like, yeah, if you do it long enough, you might run into trouble. Well, like, if you're only there for, like, you know, not that long, you'll be okay. You just gotta drive, like... I'm not saying this will make you immune to car accidents. I think that's naive, but, like... You just drive defensively, you know? Just assume that everybody else out there has, like, they've taken a number of knocks to the head over the course of their life, and they will literally kill you if you stop them from getting to Wegmans, you know, like 30 seconds earlier than they want to. And you'll probably be fine. Okay, craft a crude door. I have none fabric, bro. I have none... How am I supposed... Oh, wait, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Crude door. Install the crude door on your own automobile. Imagine at the spot where there's no door, huh? Look at that. Repair the car body. Get the repair putty from the locker. Repair putty. What have I done? Chemicals to breathe in. Spare tire. That's a big piece of loot for sure. Me personally, I would like to make space for the spare tire. That's why sometimes when I buy clothes, I go up a size. First aid Andy? What does this mean? What does exclamation mark mean? You know I'm the master of loot Tetris? Hey, Giago, thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Item insecure, risk of loss. Tell you what. We'll do it like that first. Do things not stack? You genius. Holy, you saved my life. That's good. All the hype for the Peloton got me to buy one. I'm happy to hear that. Also, we had dinner at a friend's place on Friday. And, you know, they were giving us the tour around their house. They have a Peloton. I say, oh, when'd you get the Peloton? They said like a week ago. Just got to find the right time to casually let it slip. I was like, oh, I have one too. They're like, what's your routine? And I was like, oh, you know, I usually like hop on and watch like, you know, like a 2-hour-long movie, like 6 days a week. No big deal. You already know the vibe. Hang on. We dropped a road flare somewhere. Oh, just basically being an asshole. Equip repair putty. I can do this. I'm sorry. If the devs are watching, I'm sorry, okay? I'm not doing my best, but I'm trying. Which one of you is repair putty? It's you, okay. Hey, not Bradlington, thank you as well. Thank you. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to use the repair putty to repair the car's structural parts. Holy cow. This one's good. We just installed it. At some point, we may wish to have a trunk. Bonk. And Concray, thank you for the gifted subscriptions as well. How about one of these? How about a little... Peloton riders be like, do you guys take American Express? I assure you, I don't even understand the joke. Peloton riders be like, do you guys take American Express? Can you explain it to me? While I buff my summer tire? Amex is associated with rich people. Yeah, but where's the insult, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Apparently, my car is 90% good. Maybe the headlights need a little juice? Why do you want to be insulted? Well, it's just kind of like the culture of the website. Your fender? Okay, is this a good time to admit that I don't know what a fender is? Passenger front quarter panel. Okay. Passenger front... Oh! Thank you! CEO of Auto Body Shop? Fix the flat tire. Scan your flat tire. I will scan this with my elf eyes. Repair the flat by crafting and using a sealing kit, or repair the flat with the spare tire found in the locker. Let's use the spare tire found in the locker, which is actually in my inventory. Bro needs a sealing kit. Just look up, my dude. I'll give you a +2 for that. Did we not? Mission accomplished, right? Or did I put on the garbage tire again? Carrying summer tire? Spare tire. Warning, inventory full. Okay, well... How many spare tires I got, bro? Summer tire? Get it out of here. Scan the loose wheel. Bro, I'm starting to think that Fuck Cars was onto something. There's just too much shit that can go wrong. Get the mechanic's kit from the toolbox. Equip the mechanic's kit. Use the mechanic's kit to fix the loosed wheel. Install cardboard boxes in the trunk. Of course. I'll just, well, can I hold them? Thank you. Can I install them as a trunk door? No. Trunk storage, there you go. I will say, I know I've said this before, we don't have cardboard boxes in our trunk, but one time when we went to Costco, we bought one of those like collapsible crates. So it's like the size of like a big dictionary when it's folded down. You keep it in the trunk, you bring it to the grocery store, you go, and it turns into like a treasure chest, like a Sea of Thieves treasure chest. You pack all your groceries in it, you put them in the trunk, you take it inside. When all the groceries are put away, you go, thunk, and you put it back in the trunk. It was like $13.99, and it's one of the best quality of life purchases I've made in my adult life. It's huge. You don't even need to bring bags into the grocery store anymore. You just put the crate into the shopping cart, fill it up, load it onto the conveyor belt, load them back into the crate. It's already like pre-packed for you. Your onomatopoeias are insane. I consider myself like a comedian in the same vein as like maybe a Michael Winslow or a like a Jim Carrey, but like early Jim Carrey before he did all that boring stuff like The Truman Show and Eternal Sunshine. Who's Michael Winslow? He's the guy from Police Academy who goes like...